Hello dear students, welcome to class 11th. We are going to begin with the book Snapshots. It is supplementary reader for you, and the first chapter of this book is the summer of the beautiful white horse. Okay, chapter has been written by William Sarin. Okay, it's a beautiful story about two Armenian boys, right? Armenia country, Armenian boys, and these boys belong to a tribe named Garo-Galenian tribe they belong to, and this tribe is very much famous for its truth and honesty. Whatever are the circumstances, these people never leave their truth and their honesty. You will see in the story, these boys, they also set up an example of honesty. About the title, The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse. What do we understand from the title? The summer, that is the season. The incidents that we will discuss in this chapter, they take place in summer season. That is why the summer. And of beautiful white horse. The story revolves around a beautiful white horse which was stolen by the Garo-Galenian boys, Armenian boys of Garo-Galenian tribe, TRIBE. So they enjoy riding this beautiful white horse in summer season. That is why the title to this chapter has been given, The Summer of the White Beautiful Horse. So we can say that the title of the chapter is an appropriate one. And when you will go through the text, you will yourself understand the title is appropriate. Let's begin this story. This story is about two poor Armenian boys who belong to a tribe whose hallmarks are trust and honesty. So as I had told you that they belong to a tribe. Tribe is Garo-Galenian tribe, and this tribe was known for its trust, for its truth and honesty. Here goes the story. The narrator here is a young boy, and he is only 9 years old. He is narrating the incident of summer season when he was 9 years old. Let's see. He says, one day back, there in the good old days when I was 9 and the world was full of every imaginable kind of magnificence and life was still a delightful and mysterious dream, my cousin Murad, who was considered crazy by everybody who knew him except me, came to my house at 4 in the morning and woke me up tapping on the window of my room. This is a single sentence. How would you understand? One day back there in the good old times when means I am going to narrate a story of the past when I was 9. These days had been very good days. I was young. And the world was full of every imaginable kind of magnificence. Magnificence means beautiful. Means in that age the world seemed to be very beautiful in our imagination. The world was full of every kind of beauty. Every kind of beauty that could be imagined. So the times had been very beautiful at that time, and the life was still a delightful and mysterious dream. The life was like a dream. What kind of dream? A delightful, a happy dream, a mysterious dream, which is having so many things. A dream which a man thinks is having so many mysteries for him or her. So the life had been very happy, it was like a happy dream, like a mysterious dream. So on such a day, one day, my cousin Murad, now about his cousin, his name is Murad. My cousin Murad, who was considered crazy, my cousin was considered crazy by everyone, whosoever knew him except me. My cousin came to my house. One day, my cousin came to my house at 4 in the morning and woke me up, knocking on the window of my room. He was knocking from outside, he was tapping on the window from outside the room, and he came to me early in the morning at 4. What happened? Aram, he said. Aram is the name of the narrator, who is 9 years old, and his cousin's name is Murad. Aram, he said, I jumped out of bed and looked out of the window. I saw who is calling my name. Out of the window I saw. I could not believe what I saw. When I looked outside the window, I could not believe in my eyes. What was there? It was not morning yet, but it was summer, and with daybreak, not many minutes around the corner of the world, it was light enough for me to know I was not dreaming. So whatever he saw, he could not believe on his eyes. But he is telling that it was not morning yet, means there was dark early in the morning. Still there was dark. But because it was summer season, and with the daybreak, the people around the world had got up. And in other words, he wants to say that it was light enough for me to know I was not dreaming. If it was dark, if I could not see anything, then I could have thought that I am dreaming merely, because the thing I saw that could be possible only in dreams. And if it had been, if it were dark outside, then I could have thought that I am dreaming. But it was, because it was summer season, so there was life enough. There was light enough for me to know that I was not dreaming. Day has broken a few minutes before around each corner of the world. Means there was light everywhere. What did he see? Let's see. My cousin Murad was sitting on a beautiful white horse, and it was something he could not believe. My cousin was sitting on a beautiful white horse. I stuck my head out of the window and rubbed my eyes. Again he rubbed his eyes to believe whether what he is seeing is really happening or it is a dream. He stuck his head out of the window. Yes, he said in Armenian. His cousin said yes in Armenian language. It is a horse. You are not dreaming. Make it quick if you want to ride. Come out of the room if you are interested to ride a horse. Actually, what was the thing? That they had been belonging to very poor family and poor tribe, and they could not afford to purchase a horse. So the narrator could not believe how his cousin has brought or carried that horse. From where has he carried it? Okay, because he could not purchase a new horse. And they both were interested to ride a horse, but they were not having any horse. That is why It was merely a dream to ride a horse. But today his cousin had come with the horse, and the the narrator could not believe his eyes. I knew my cousin Murad enjoyed being alive more than anybody else who had ever fallen into a world by mistake. But this was more than ever I could believe. Narrator says, I knew my cousin Murad, he was very much interested to ride a horse. He was very alive. He was very lively personality. He enjoyed being alive. He was very lively boy, and he was lively from anybody else whosoever has taken birth on this earth. But whatever I was seeing, that was more than that I could believe. It was more than I could believe. I could never believe that he can also arrange a horse. In the first place, my earliest memories had been memories of horses, and my first longings had been longings to ride. You know, in the youth is always full of dreams, wants to ride horse. These days bikes, different companies bikes. So these boys, they had been always interested about riding a horse. So he says, in the first place, my earliest memories had been memories of horse. I always, if I could memorize, then I could remember only about my longing, my wish about the horse and about riding a horse. This was the wonderful part, and whatever I was seeing, he says, it was wonderful. We had got a horse. But in the second place, we were poor. But the second thought which was coming to the mind of the narrator was that we are poor and we cannot afford to have such a beautiful white horse. And this was the part that would not permit to believe what I saw. And due to this second thought, I could not believe what I was seeing. We were poor, we had no money. Our whole tribe was poverty stricken. Right? Every branch of, this is the name of their tribe, Garo Gulanian, G-A-R-O, Garo, G-H-G-L-A, La-N-I-N, Garo Gulanian family. You can see the meaning is given here. It is an Armenian tribe, a tribe in Armenia. So he says, every branch of the Garogulanian family was living in the most amazing and comical poverty in the world. All the branches of, means all the families of Garogulanian tribe, they had been very much poor. Okay, nobody could understand where we ever got money enough to keep us with food in our bellies. Nobody knew where do we get money to make livelihood for us, to feed our bellies. Where do we get the money from? Nobody knows. Not even the old men of the family. They too didn't know how they were making their both ends meet. They didn't know. Most important of all, though we were famous for our honesty. But it was the most important thing for us that we were famous for our honesty. Means Garogulanian tribe people were famous for their honesty. We had been famous for our honesty for something like 11 centuries. From last 11 centuries. We had been famous for our honesty. Even when we had been the wealthiest family in what we like to think was the world. Okay, we used to be wealthiest families ever in the past, like other people of the world. From that very time, we had been honest. We were proud first, honest next. And we had been very much proud of being honest. Being honest is the second thing. First, we had been proud of taken birth in Garogulanian family, which is known for honesty. And after that, we believed in right and wrong. After considering honesty, we used to believe in right and wrong. None of us would take advantage of anybody in the world, let alone steal. Means no member of the family would take advantage of anybody in the world. We can never steal. We could never steal. Why did the narrator say steal? Because it was coming to his mind that his cousin could not afford to purchase a new horse. So probably he would have stolen the horse. That is why he says so. Okay, dear students, this much I will discuss in this day's video. You please go through the text and try to understand whatever you read. If you find problem, you may make a call to me. I will be coming with the second part in the next video tomorrow. So till then, thank you very much.